We are Indie Attack. I'm Woody.
I'm Kelson.
We're back with more of Horror Week. This time we're actually playing a game from Specky Jam called Midnight Station by Ongene Studios.
Yeah, it was a post-jam release, but it was made in the same confines, and you find out pretty quickly that it's a very sophisticated game.
Yeah, this is a big game. I'd be interested to see what their actual jam version was, because I'm betting it wouldn't be nearly as extensive as this.
Yeah, it must have just been... They probably just reached a wall and then were like, screw it. Like, we'll just put it out, but it's cool what we're doing.
Yeah, because it's hyper goddamn difficult, so it's not like they're gonna...
Right, yeah, exactly.
Nobody's gonna get that far.
So Midnight Station's hard to describe, but it's a...
It's a roguelike.
It's a roguelike...
Roguelike with an asterisk of, it's not really randomly generated.
No.
It's got a set map.
Although, some item, the only
roguelike...
Some items will because you can...
Yeah, items are randomly generated, but the actual map is not.
Right, so there's set creatures.
So yeah, it's like kind of an RPG. You move your little demon-headed man thing in the Midnight Station, which, by the way, weird backstory we don't even want to go into.
Right.
Something about the architect and all humanity died and everything. It's actually a really cool opening cutscene, especially with the Specky Jam graphics.
Yeah, the opening cutscene's awesome, and the music is super cool. I mean, all of this game is very stylish.
Yeah.
Through and through.
And yeah, it starts off, it's an RPG.
Yeah,
at
it
heart.
is.
And you move your dude around with your arrows, or your WASDs.
Right.
And you
shoot
click,
stuff.
and you click to shoot.
Yes.
And your shot sucks.
It does, and it's very slow. You're very slow. Yeah. This game is one of the biggest barriers to entry of, like, any game ever.
The learning curve for this game is a cliff.
Yeah, I mean, it's weirdly hard, you know?
Yeah.
But once you realize that there are 10
This
stats...
is the alien isolation of Specky Jam.
Yeah, there are 10 stats. In the manual, I would say, first of all, people say, read the manual first. I would say do not read the manual, because it is insane, and it describes all of the abilities and stats that you level up, and it's like, just go in the game and see, like, okay, this does this, because it's way simpler. Because I tried to read the manual, and I was like, oh god, this game's...
This is impossible.
Because I would say the manual is even harder to read than the game. And so you're navigating. I haven't completed this game. If there is a real completion, I don't know.
Yeah, neither have I. I don't think we're anywhere close to completing this game.
Yeah, no.
Because you can go and ask the toilet
yes.
that also does the stuff in the... Or not the toilet, you can go ask the brain.
Like a little creature.
The brain in a jar inside of the bathroom.
Yes.
You can ask him about stuff, and it lists like 20 areas that you can ask him about.
I read like 5, and then eventually I was like, Mike, this is like reading a book, you know? There was just so much stuff going on, which is, I mean, all of it's like, credit.
Yeah, it's well written, and it's it's interesting and stuff. It's just batshit insanity.
Yeah, definitely. This is definitely in the weirdo column, but also like once I played a little bit more, and like once I leveled up my speed and my attack speed first, and then my character movement speed and stuff, the game really picks up.
So it's kind of leveling up is a little bit like Space Goblin in a Land of Jello.
Yeah.
Where like you physically level up, and that your character actually gets better. It's not just a stat increase where, your shots do 20% more damage now. They actually move faster, you move faster.
You have to pick, you know, and for me, pretty quickly I was like, speed, it made the most sense, and then going from there. I would say another barrier is that when you die, you lose experience, which is really...
Well, that's a roguelike thing.
Yeah, it's a very roguelike thing, so if you've like accrued, and the leveling up, it's like exponential. So it's like the first one is 250 experience, and the next one's 500, and the next one's 750, 1,000. Yeah, it's really insane-o, but it's one of those, for me, I've actually played it since recording footage, which is, you know, if you go back and play it twice, for me, that's a recommend, you know?
Yeah.
Even though it's insane.
Yeah, this didn't... I like a lot of stuff about this. It didn't necessarily catch me, but this is one I would really recommend to people.
Yes.
With like a huge asterisk on the end of this of, this is super weird and super hard. And if you think you would like both of those things about it, you know, if you like specky graphics and you like super difficulty, you might like this. I like it even though I don't really want to play it anymore.
Right. You would like, at the very least, you appreciate it.
I like the idea of this game, and I appreciate what it's going for.
Right, yeah. To somebody, this is like the greatest game that was ever made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the kind of space we're dealing with. And if you like a game that is so hard that it's kind of like a threat to you, like it's like you have to like fight for your life against it, then you might enjoy this game. And I'm not usually like that. If a game is a real jerk to me at first, I'm usually like, okay, you know. But this one, for whatever reason, I definitely enjoyed. So Midnight Station is definitely worth a visit to.